how you are raised, trauma, dysfunction, chaos. If you see unhealthy relationships, a lot of the times that can become your norm. You think that that is normal. That's your baseline. If you grow up in dysfunction and people pleasing and hollering and chaos, you may not know any better. If your parents aren't pouring into you and you are consistently searching for validation and head pats, that might translate into how you behave in relationships and how you're trying to get love from somebody. This is the reason why I do these stories. And even if these stories are completely made up, you can learn something from fables. You can learn something from stories and fairy tales. There's still lessons to be. I doubt that this woman is ready to learn the lesson. She was combative in the comment section, but this is going to be for other people and why it's important to work on your healing, work on working through your childhood traumas before getting into a relationship. This woman, she's 26. She has a fiance that's 27, and he told her that she is replaceable. Okay, so this is what she says. I met my now fiance 2 years ago, and I've been engaged for a year. Compared to my last boyfriend, who was abusive verbally and physically, he is generally a breath of fresh air. He's supportive and is very loving. He's the first person who ever truly loved me. My parents were abusive too. You see, that opening paragraph is what I'm talking about. If somebody has been through some things, has been through some trauma, has experienced abuse, someone that is a couple of degrees better will seem like a relief, but that does not make a good partner. Over the past few months, though, we start to argue more. He wanted me to quit my job once we had kids so I can homeschool them. I'm not ready for kids and would want future kids to be going to school. He got more upset with me each argument, saying that I'm depriving him of kids. I finally suggested that maybe we should take a week off from each other to cool off. He just said that I can easily be replaced anytime and I'm not that special. I feel really hurt right now. So, in that, you're already seeing the potential for financial abuse. You see manipulation, you see domination and control. This woman thinks that this person is better because he's not physically abusing her, but he is manipulating her. She says, how do I get him to fix the issue and be apologetic for what he said? So she's trying to fix this man. This man, yes, she's trying to fix this man, but her issue is she needs to fix herself first. She needs to heal from that trauma that she experienced with her parents and her previous relationship because she thinks that this man is worthy of fighting for. So, like I said, she was in the comment section and she was basically being combative. Okay, so y'all know that this is real life. I had to get the door. Okay, so she says, since the mods love to hide my comments, I'll update in that I read your comments. The issue is that he was amazing before, and that's the real him I saw. She's not understanding that sometimes these people do wear masks until they get you locked in. He did seem to be depressed from work lately, and I want him to get back to the old good self. It's not a case where he's abusive, as he wouldn't hit me. He did apologize for the replaceable comment. So, like I said, this woman's not ready to leave. And so my commentary isn't for her. It's for people who are still working through their childhood trauma, the things that they're seeing, the trauma, the dysfunction, relationships that were unhealthy. You guys, maybe you can step back. Maybe you can see what she's missing because she's not ready. She's not ready to walk away. So this person repeated what she said. Compared to my last boyfriend, who was abusive verbally and physically, he is generally a breath of fresh air. And what I circled, there's your problem. Just because he isn't as abusive doesn't mean he's a good partner. And then someone says, forcing her to have kids and homeschool them so she can't work says financially abusive to me. The next person says financially abusive, controlling, manipulative, and dominating. She's just a baby machine for him. And then once you weigh somebody down with a baby and you've taken away their financial independence, that just means that she has no outs, especially if she has she doesn't have a relationship. She doesn't have a healthy relationship with her family. And this next person says, and she's still going to fall for it, sadly, because she's still insisting he's not abusive, because apparently he can't be if he's not hitting her. I'm trying to be kind because I understand that this is a defense mechanism because she finally feels like she has a good thing and she wants it to be real so bad that she'll say anything. But to be honest, it's kind of offensive to like every single emotional abuse victim ever to say that what they went through was not abuse because it wasn't physical. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because abuse is more than just, the physical. It's financial, it's keeping someone in that perpetual state of control. There are many different forms of abuse and people need to recognize that. So this person at the top said, please, OP, I hope that you're reading these comments. And somebody else says she is, but she's not ready to believe that he's abusive. That is the reason why I say that these are not, sometimes when we do these videos and talk about this stuff, is not for the person, because sometimes those people are too far into it to even understand that they need to walk away. It's for somebody else that is ready to walk away, that understands that maybe something is off, that is unhealthy, that is dysfunctional. But what I circled down here at the bottom, which is why OP needs therapy, she's reproducing her relationships from childhood and she doesn't see it. This person in the middle says, this is so right. Unfortunately, people who grow up in an abusive household and then go into an abusive relationship don't realize that they are in a circle of abuse. They go from one abusive relationship to another. Abusers sniff out victims of abuse. They need therapy specialized in abuse to break free of this. And I'm just saying that to other people who have gone through something, that sometimes, even if you can't afford it, there are self-help books, there are different things out there. Google the different sources, the different resources in your area so that you can break up this cycle, especially if you have not yet had kids. But if you have had kids, it's important to break out of that cycle so that they won't become normalized to dysfunction and trauma. So this person that I circled in yellow says, as the wise horse once said, I don't know who the wise horse is, but as the wise horse once said, when you look at someone through rose-colored glasses, all the red flags just look like flags. This is the reason why I say the people's baselines matter, and sometimes people are not ready. So that is the reason why we have to continue these conversations. I know that they might get tiresome to some people. I totally get it. It's hard to keep having these conversations because we're like, why don't women understand this? What are they not getting? Because sometimes people are not ready just yet to see that the energy and time that they've given to somebody has been for naught. But they're not ready. They would have to make their parents wrong and how they grew up wrong and all that. And sometimes people aren't ready. But we need to keep talking about this because somebody will be helped. Y'all go ahead, jump in the comments and let me know what you think. Like, comment, share.